Alright, TPR, we'll try this now with some technical issues. We missed qualifying. We missed the caution to start the race here too as well, but
yeah, I got
it's like we're one lap in and we're under caution all race. So did we really miss much? It's kind of like if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, did it really fall?
Yeah, I got a
No, it did not fall.
But I was so far behind the
If no one saw it, it never happened, right?
It's fair. It's fair. Let's see if I picked up what happened here to cause the yellow flag. Well, we got some time.
I'm gonna be disqualified
I'm
before I
seeing
get around.
all kinds of red markers here at the start, so we've had a bit of a mess. Let's see if anybody's been picked up here. So first up, Troy Banks is in the naughty list here. Black Ferrari, I'm not sure if he hits anybody or not. He's flagged his crash, but there's a bit of a opening between the next incident, so I think he just rubs in the back of it. Looks like Chris Gargano just ahead of him.
I think you just get a penalty.
Looks like they all bottlenecked up at the start. Not much there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure just stick to at the back of the line.
Probably better than selling, man.
Really should be 1 to green after
Depends on
the pace car grabs the field.
Track and so on.
Oh, looks like everybody bottlenecked up at the start of this one.
I only went off.
I thought
Doesn't
even look like they made it to. Oh, there we go. They're all going off there. It looked like they made it to the green flag really before we hit the yellows, but we got 46 cars on track.
Who's that going around? Who's that?
That is. Oh, everybody's got new paint now. I gotta try and figure out who is what. Adrian Adams in the blue Porsche here. Oh, somebody gets Ali Salih on the outside of the yellow beamer. He comes flying up on the outside. There's a little bumping and banging
Wait for it
there.
to open before I can go in.
Kent did say, let's all get through turn 1, have a great race. And to be fair, they followed Big Dog's instructions to the T. They made it through turn 1.
Speaking of Kent, here he is here. Trying to stay out of the trouble.
You waiting.
Just watching it all happen in front of him.
You just went in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think we found the main issue with the wreck here, though.
There is one fast repair.
So jump on board here with Randy Sherwood. He is in that red, white, and blue BMW you were asking about. We're going to see it spun around here in this next corner.
One quick repair.
Oh, I took your advice and the pit opened literally a second after I drove in. Now I got to.
He almost got the old boot back around, though.
This is wonderful.
Ah, the joys of racing.
So Kelly Greenhill was involved in this too, or he might have just got flagged for slowing down. So he manages to stay out of it, just get slowed up. Chris Gargano, another one of the BMWs.
If you're towards the back, yeah, you
It's like
can
most of these guys just
jump in and
get flagged for slowing down.
Make your next stop a little shorter.
For the wreck. See if we can jump back on board here now with DJ Alessandrini leading the field around as expected. And Clifton Naranjo up at the top.
Yeah, behind you.
Good to see them back again.
It says next time around.
We need a few more aliens to compete at the top of the field, though. We need
we need no aliens at the top of the field.
We need
But man, what a turnout! Do you see how many cars are out there?
It is the leader gets to decide.
46 started the race.
46?
46. Not sure how many
bro,
are
this is
gonna.
a PRL series now. Hell yeah! Welcome to Apex, everybody. Happy to have you here.
Not sure how many are going to see the finish line, though. We're back to 40-minute races in the GT3 series, so the two 20-minute heats are now reserved for Tuesdays and Thursday nights in the splitting the Mazdas and the Toyotas for the first half of the season on Tuesdays and then GT4s on Thursdays. You're a bit of a GT4 whisperer. You should do Thursday nights.
What place are
you and your trusty old M4.
Oh, You want me to drive a GT4 car? No, thank you.
By me
I'm good.
now on their pace lap, but
How about I do literally anything else but that?
I need these.
He used to be the GT4 master, though.
You know, you can turn down how many cars it shows you or whatever.
Yeah, and then I came to my senses. So
Yeah, turn a lot down.
Good.
I'm gonna turn a shit more down so that can happen.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
if we're
set
on
the
the
car
last
to, like,
caution lap
20,
here or not. I
And
assume
then in
we should be,
parentheses,
but
8 or
now.
so. That way it'll only show 20 cars ahead of you. You can even go lower than that.
Come on, Sadie, so you gotta pass it.
Sorry.
This pace lap is painfully slow. They need to upgrade the pace car driver skills. Actually, I thought I read something about in the patch notes for this season where they gave the pace car driver a little bit of training so he went a little faster on certain courses.
I don't know what you're talking about. If that was if that was at the bottom, I clearly didn't read it.
So this will be a,
I kind of stopped reading it when they said
leader
more than
decides when to
11
go.
cars. There's going to be 12, 13, 14
And there
cars
will be
soon,
no more
and
yellow
I got
flags.
hyped about that.
I think they even said 15, didn't they?
Not full course.
I just want the
correct. Hopefully.
the updated GT3 field and
I'm sure there'll
the
be quite a few.
Lambo for the
Other yellow flags.
GTPs. Although it didn't look very good at Sebring, but
Yeah. Now they have to, honestly, have to think iRacing is truly focused on improving the game, because
Turn this into a sprint.
gotta say, everyone agrees that Le Mans Ultimate has better graphics, better force feedback.
As soon as you say
The content
hey,
drives better.
better
fucking
physics.
disconnected. I don't get it. I mean, it's a brand
So,
new
but
system,
luckily,
it just
R Factor runs
recently
like
it'll just disconnect every now and
a
then.
hot steaming pile of garbage, and that's all iRacing has going for it right now. But if they figure that out,
Look out.
iRacing has got a problem. So
Yeah, it'll be
hopefully they see that and
I've
say,
done,
you know
like,
what,
almost everything I
we
can
finally
think
need to
of.
get
I
400
don't do it
hertz
anymore. I just
force
race
feedback.
and pray.
We need to update our graphics engine, etc., etc.
Like
You got a
first couple
Simicube.
weeks,
Did
it
you
was doing
update the
fine, had no
360
issues,
hertz
but, like,
force feedback?
Yeah,
How
oh
are you
yeah.
feeling about
It's
it?
better.
It'll just
It feels
disconnect every
great.
now and then, and then it'll start back.
Sucks for everyone that doesn't have a Simicube. Also, don't buy a Simicube. They suck. You should never get one.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
don't
just
get
don't
one.
want to give
'cause,
up your
you know,
advantage.
Moza R12 beige
Shh,
and
be quiet.
they're
I'll get it back right.
Yeah,
Hi.
everyone go buy
Oh,
Fnatic
well,
and
not
Moza
the-
gear. I think we're racing again.
We are. We're going green.
Hell yeah, we've only lost 10 minutes of racing, but
We are racing. We're doing the thing, though. It's like we still got all 46 cars on track as it goes. Clifton Naranjo leading them around. Somehow he got around DJ Alessandrini early on. They swapped positions from where they started. So we'll see if DJ can sneak back by him. Nick Harwood, that's another name we haven't seen in a little bit. He's currently in third spot. Nick trying to chase down those two up top. Joey Jr. in fourth. Ty Johnson, he's had quite a bit of speed the last couple seasons. He was particularly fast in the GTPs that we did about half the season or so ago. I don't know if Ty's been working on his racecraft or not, but he's found some speed. Currently sitting in the top 5.
Gotta cleanse on a pace lap.
Check in with one of the admins, Craig Ream. Craig driving a BMW this season. I don't think I've seen Craig drive the BMW in seasons past. Normally he's been in the Porsche, or I think we've seen him in the Audi occasionally.
yes. Sorry, I was talking to the lady. Yes, I did drive some with Ty Johnson. I wish I could have kept driving GTPs, but my schedule's trash, so I couldn't come out a lot.
Well, they'd be
and
no
I
good in the
think
rain
Craig-
anyways, right? So
I mean, that was last season. There was no
Yeah.
rain. But, and I believe Craig is driving the BMW with the squad who's doing Sebring, so that's probably why he's in that car.
that's true. That's true.
The
Yeah.
BMW consistently is a very gentle car to drive, and it's not the slowest. So it has a perk. It seems like the Ferrari and the Porsches are always up front, as someone just spun off track and hit the wall.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know who
was,
that was.
Dave LaRue, I believe. Let's take a look at that here. Oh,
Yeah, gave it a little
mid-spin.
kiss right there,
Oh.
and he just rolled. I believe he just went straight into the pit lane after that.
That's the
Alright,
wrong
that's
pit
the
lane,
escape
though.
road. Yeah, that's the escape road. But he has the right idea. Like, yeah, we're
That is a beautiful rejoin right there. You can't ask for much better than that.
welcome to Apex. I'm happy to see new blood in the group.
That's how it's done.
But yeah,
Oh,
shout out to everyone who's going to run the Sebring 12-hour TFTI.
Hold on, we need
I
to
would like
talk
to do
about
it.
this for a minute. What is Roman Bikoff running for paint? That is not the Coors Lightning
that
machine
is
that we are accustomed to.
That's the meme crying face? Pepe? Meme Pepe?
Mean Pepe? Is that what that is? I'm almost thinking we need to protest that we can't show him on stream until he goes back to the Coors Lightning paint.
Yeah, I was having fun chasing you, and then like it'll just, you know, you got a corner, and then it decides.
Oh, more with Zach Peterson, another one driving the BMW that we normally see in a Ferrari. Actually, looks like there's quite a few BMWs in the field this season. They must know what you know about your ride sitting in the garage at your place. Let's check back in the field here a little bit farther. Let's see if we can find the big dog. There's the big dog.
The best or nothing. Oh wait, that's the wrong slogan. Something ultimate something.
The ultimate garage machine? Is that what the BMW is?
Hey, it drove a whopping 2,400 miles last year. It gets driven.
That's that's not even enough to take any carbon out of it. That's you're almost abusing that thing. As we ride along with Kent Kruger, Kent holding on to his qualifying position right now in 24th. He's one of only about 5 drivers that haven't made up or lost a position the entire race at this point. Currently trying to chase down Kelly Greeno. Kelly up 3 spots from where he started. Kelly's got about 8 tenths over Kent Kruger now. That's the battle for 23rd overall position. 23rd overall. Hard to think these guys are battling for top 15 last season, but Dave Lacroix back on track. We saw him recovering earlier on.
I will be back.
Doesn't look. We will talk to you there. Doesn't look like he's got a whole lot of damage on the right front of that Porsche after they banged on the wall. So just trying to recoup his losses there. Up top, Clifton Ronho relegated back to P2. DJ Alessandri's got back around to take over top spot. He's currently got Nick Harwood on his tail. Nick trying to move himself up into P2. Get that next step up on the podium. Getting held by Clifton. Joey Jr. just outside of this battle too as well in the black BMW, or black Lamborghini. Too used to talking about all these guys driving BMWs this season, but top 3. Audi, Lambo, Porsche, Lambo, and then we see our first BMW in P5. Check in on Zach Peterson. Mentioned earlier Zach in the BMW this week. Looks like Zach didn't bother to pick out a paint scheme, just running the default fluorescent colors in iRacing. Let's see if Zach finds himself a nice paint job for next week. Brian's in, another driver we usually see in a Porsche in a Ferrari this season. Currently holding down 9th spot just inside the top 10. He's got Tony Phillips in P10 behind him. Tony just under 1 second back. O'Brien B's trying to hold Neil McDougall off. Neil currently holding down 11th spot. Neil down 2 positions from where he qualified. Currently his spot's being held by Brian Zinn. Zinn up 1 spot from where he qualified. Brian Lemke, our only driver outside of the top 5 that's held on to his position within the top 15. Lemke, another guy rocking a new paint job. Normally we see him in the black carbon fiber paint job. He's thrown some color on it this season. Make him a little more recognizable out there. New driver to the league, Nicholas Matthews. Actually, we got a number of new drivers. I'll have to see if we can focus on them as time comes through. But Nick Matthews, new driver this season, up 3 spots from where he qualified. Currently sitting 18th. Trying to hold off Adrian Adams behind him. A couple of Porsches battling here, heading down the back straight. See if Adrian gets enough of a draft to try and make a move. Stuck in tight. Thinks about it to the inside. Not quite close enough to make the move. Nick's going to hold on to it for now. They got Ali Salih lurking in the background. That yellow Turner Motorsports paint job. Oh, we see a Porsche off on the right there. Looks like that might have been Jay Warren. Let's see if we can pick up what happened to him here. Oh, it just gets up to the inside of Roman Bykoff into the final corner, heading into Casio corner.
Kelly,
Didn't
you're
quite have
talking,
enough
can't hear
overlap
you.
to make that move. Gets himself turned around. He'll head back on the track. Oh, we see Nick Matthews going wide. And the Keeler's going to hold on to it. Holds that spin. He's going to drop a couple spots. Drop him back just in front of Kent Kruger back into P20.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
See if he's able to recover from that. Luckily, he kept it off the wall and suffering damage, as we saw Dave Lacroix earlier in that white Porsche. He slid all the way out into the wall, bounced back out, but the car didn't look too bad. So we find Brian Ewald currently our biggest mover and shaker of the race. Up 16 spots from where he started into P26, just outside of the top 25. He's trying to chase down Jay Warren up ahead. Jay, we just saw recover from that spin. It's dropped him down to 25th spot. He's got Andrew McMurray, Brian Ewald lurking in the back of that Porsche.
No, I lost it coming around the corner. I had no traction.
Kent Kruger's managed to get around Kelly Greenhoe. Kelly Greenhoe now falls in the clutches of Sam Swan. Both of them driving very similarly colored paint jobs. Kelly in the blue and orange BMW, and then we got Sam in the blue, orange, and black Porsche. Tight battle here. It's owned by Kelly, listening to the comms. Just had a bit of a moment. He had to gather himself back up. He's trying to collect himself here. He's going to have some warm tires for about half a lap or so. He's going to have to remember to deal with that. Oh, see Nick Matthews off again, just on the backside there. See if we can pick up what happened to Nick. Kent Kruger following behind.
Sorry.
He's just going to get to the outside of 130R. That grabs a lot of curb, spins that car around, hard hit into the wall. He's going to need to use his fast repair on that one. Gather himself back up. All our drivers do get a quick repair, so give them a fresh car. I'm not sure if he's quite in the pit window or not to be able to use pit stop too, but we'll see how that plays out as the race goes on here. Up front, TJ still leading the way. He's opened up almost 2 seconds over Clifton. Nick Harwood falling back a little bit off the back of Clifton Naranjo. He's now down to almost 2 seconds back of Clifton. Joey Jr. closed that gap up between he and Nick. So they're also bringing Ty Johnson and Paulo Langer along. As we see a lot of Lambos in the top 10 so far of our standings. And we got the Lamborghini sister, the Audi, leading the way here with DJ Alessandrini. So the V10 German power looking strong this season so far. Have a look here at Troy Banks. He's got Mark Miller lurking on his back bumper. Mark has Zach Peterson, Craig Green, Roman Bykoff in tow. We have a nice little 5-car pack here battling it out for. That is 12th spot overall. This guy's trying to close the gap between them and the top 10. 10th place currently held down by Tony Phillips. Tony Phillips with a nice run so far here tonight. So to jump back on here with Kelly Greeno, still fighting off Sam Swan for now. Let's see Kent Kruger looking up ahead. Oh, Kelly's going to duck in for his pit stop. Traditionally one of our earlier one of our earlier drivers to utilize the pit stop. So we'll see how that cycles out for Kelly a little later on as the race unfolds here. Mentioned Tony Phillips having a hell of a race so far. Tony had probably a season he didn't want to remember all that much last season. Had a few races didn't quite go his way. Right now he's starting off season 19. A nice recovery, currently sitting in P10. He's got Brian Zinn not too far ahead of him here. He's in only 1.1 seconds up ahead of him. That's for P9. And then Lemke is only about another 2 seconds ahead of Tony Phillips too as well. So he's still got some room to move up through the field. Need be. We're a little over halfway through this one. It was a 40-minute race. We're going to start getting into the pit stop windows here as we saw Kelly Greenhoe ducking in. So we'll be on the lookout for more of our drivers to utilize their pit stops. So Kelly's going to come back out into 33rd spot. So I believe, if I remember correctly, Kelly was just behind Kent Kruger in around 21st, 22nd. So say it cost him about 10 spots to pit, but as the rest of the field cycles through, he'll make up those spots, and then
A pit stop.
we'll see how that cycles through here for him.
Common mistake most people do the first time.
This battle here for P12th. Troy Banks still leading the way here. We've had no change in the order, but there's still nose to tail on this one. These guys have been going at it for about the last 8 minutes or so. Nobody willing to give up their spot.
2 for 1 there.
Lou McDougall still trying to chase down Tony Phillips. Still holding steady in P11. Our drivers up the top, still the same running order. DJ Alessandrini, Clifton Naranjo, Nick Harwood. So we had an issue with Jonathan Clay. Let's see what happened to him. One of the new drivers this season.
Is your wheel
So it's going to be similar to what we saw happen to Nicholas Matthews. Gets out on the curbs. The back end just swings around there. Oh, the BMW coming up behind was able to avoid him. Looks like Jonathan will utilize his pit stop here to get that clean car and get back out on track. Check back in on admin Craig Ream. Still holding down 15th spot. He's got Roman Bykoff lurking behind him. Roman trying to take that 15th spot away from Craig Ream. As we're at the 14-minute to go mark. These two have fallen off the back of that battle for 12th spot. As we see Zach Peterson now pulling away a little bit from Craig Ream. Zach holding onto the back of Mark Miller as they try and chase down Troy Banks in that black Lamborghini head. So Mark having to pursue Troy out of his windshield and also try and maintain a wide enough car behind him that Zach Peterson doesn't get a run and try and make a maneuver around him. Let's go a little further back in the field here. Take a look at what's going on with Sean Giroux. Sean down 3 spots from where he started here. Sean in a green Lambo this season. We saw Sean in an Audi last season. He's gone with the sister car this season. He's got the Endurance Light package blaring away on that car in the middle of the day. Sean wants to make sure everybody sees the front end of his Lamborghini coming at them. He's currently got Kelly Greenhoe just ahead of him. Kelly, like I said, was one of our first drivers into the pits, so we're starting to see a few more drivers in the pit lane here now. Start to see Kelly cycling back up through the field. Adrian Adams now closing up on the back of Craig Ream as Roman Bykoff managed to get around Craig Ream. Well, they were battling. That allowed Adrian to close in that gap. So we'll see if the three of them can work together to try and close back up to that P12 battle, which Troy Banks still leading around Mark Miller and Zach Peterson. Let's take a look at how Roman Bykoff got around Craig Ream. As they go 2 by 2. Roman with the inside line. He's just going to get a little more power on through the outside. Oh, Craig gets a little upset on the curbs there. That allows Roman to sneak around the outside. It was a battle of the wills at that point in time. Who was going to hold on the longest? So you got one of our first front runners in the pits. Jordan Lacey's going to be the first one to bite. Jordan pitting in from his third place position here. So we'll see how long Jordan is in the pit for. Let's see if we can find kind of pit time that Kelly Greenhoe had, our first driver in the pits. So he had a cone-to-cone time of 31.8 seconds. It's actually one of our longer times for pit stops. So Kelly also had to mend a little bit of damage that we saw earlier on his car. So that might have added a second or two to the time. And we'll go from there. Up front, DJ now opening up a 3.5 second gap over Clifton Rhino. He's starting to get into the back of the field as far as lapping some drivers. We see Eric Lane, another one of our new drivers, just ahead. DJ giving him the old razzle dazzle, letting him know he's coming through. I imagine once he gets close enough, Eric will move over and let him make the pass through. Joey Jr. still trying to find a way around Nick Harwood here. Joey, some steady pressure, keeping Nick honest. That's for a third and final spot on the podium. Let's see, Joey's able to find a couple extra tenths of speed so we can finally put a move on Nick and try to take around that podium position. Mark Miller tight up on the back bumper of Troy Banks for P11. It's like Mark thinking about making a move, just trying to fill Troy's mirror as much as he can. Zach Peterson looking around the outside of Mark Miller too as well. Oh, we see Roman Bykoff getting loose in the background. We'll take a look at what happened there in just a moment. Troy able to hold off Mark Miller into Cassio corner. He'll live to fight another day here. Let's see if we can pick up what happened to Roman Bykoff. Roman in the pink Porsche. We just saw him getting around Craig Ream earlier on. He's going to suffer the same thing as we've seen 3 or 4 other drivers. Just gets loose on the outside of that final corner. He manages to keep it off the wall though. He loses spot to Craig Ream and looks like he's going to hold Jordan Lacey off for now. Oh, and he ducks in for his pit stop. So Roman makes the wise strategy choice there. When you have an incident like that and you're within your pit window, you might as well go ahead and make that pit stop. Utilize the time you lost already by spinning on track to try and recoup something in the pits. Troy Banks still holding off.
Sorry
Mark
for holding
Miller.
you up, Neil.
Mark's closed that gap back down a little bit. We saw him trying to make a move into the final corner. He was also getting some pressure by Zach Peterson. We'll see if Mark gets a little closer to accomplish this move here. Not quite close enough to make it through this section. Troy with the Lamborghini seems to have a little bit of the legs in the high speed sections over the BMWs. It's like the BMWs are getting out of the corners a little quicker, but then the Lamborghini, once it gets up into the higher RPM range, seems to pull away.
Hey Roman, I'm gonna give you the inside thing.
Or no, sorry. Troy's driving a Ferrari. I've been saying a Lamborghini the whole time. That's a Ferrari. I apologize for all the Ferrari fans, but
I gotta fit some.
as we see, Mark closes up on the back stretch and in the 130R, but Troy able to
I
hold him
wasn't
off.
100% sure where the pit lane was.
Looks like our leaders are all starting to head into the pits. Brian Zinn's going to try and go around another lap as we see Clifton, DJ, Nick Harwood all in the pits.
Sorry, John.
You got a bit of a pit party here going at the top of the field. It's going to promote Joey Jr. up in the top spot. Joey Jr., Ty Johnson, Brian Zinn, all trying to push for another lap here.
I think I found a
They've
glitch.
got to get to the very tail end of their
The auto fuel didn't
fuel
auto
window
check.
here. Hopefully they made the correct calculations.
No, it started putting gas in it twice.
Nice, Mark. Nice.
You see Andrew McMurray popping in for his pit stop. Jordan Lacey, we saw one of our early pitters from in the top 10. He's now cycled back up into P10. He's got DJ Alessandrini just ahead of him now. I just heard on the comms that DJ's car fueled twice on him, so he definitely lost a bit of time in his pit stop. Let's see, DJ with a cone-to-cone pit time of 41 seconds. That's roughly about 8 to 9 seconds longer than the rest of our field, so he's got some work to do now. It's dropped him back into 9th spot, but we've yet to see pit stops from our top 5, so at worst right now, I suspect DJ will be sitting in about 4th or 5th. We've seen he's got the speed to move back up front. We'll see how it cycles through as currently our Joey Jr. heading into the final couple corners. I suspect we'll see Joey pit here this time by, but let's follow along, see if he ducks in. There he comes down pit road. So let's go back and pick up DJ Alessandrini, our leader before he had the pit stop issues. We'll see if he's able to cycle through ahead of Joey Jr. We'll see what happens here. As Joey's still in the pits here now, DJ heading into the final section of corners called Casio Triangle.
Fancy calculator was going to get me for sure, Zach.
Joey is exiting
I'm
the
not
pit
using
now.
it, actually.
I think he's going to maintain that spot over
There you
DJ,
go.
so it's going from bad to worse for DJ. At best right now, he's looking at maybe P6. Oh, he's going to get around. Oh, he just gets around Ty Johnson heading into turn 1. Just had enough overspeed to take back P5. I didn't think he was going to do it, but almost took the front nose off Ty Johnson doing it. But now he's got Paul Langer ahead of him. We'll see if he's able to get around Paul Langer as we're into 5 minutes to go in this one. Joey Jr. was able to come back out in P1, so massive pit stop there by Joey Jr. 30.1 seconds. Looks like he could have been one of our quickest pit stops of the night. Hopefully he's got enough fuel in the machinery there to get him to the end. He's got Clifton Naranjo 1.4 seconds back. Clifton with Nick Harwood in tow. Those are our top 3 podium positions right now.
If you just left, you should goodbye.
As we pick up the battle between Paul Langer, DJ Alessandrini, and Ty Johnson. That's for 4th place, just outside of the podium positions. You see DJ tucked in nicely to the draft of Paulo. A little bit up on
Thanks,
the curbs there. It's going to cost him a bit of time. Paulo's going to try and make that Lambo as wide as he possibly can. Our drivers are doing, what are we doing for pit times? Just under 2 minutes, in around 2 minutes. So we'll have to see what kind of time we're at when their drivers cross the line, but we should have at least 2 more laps in this one. You see Joey Jr. heading into the final set of corners. Looks like Clifton closing down that gap a little bit between he and Joey. It's now down to 1 second between Clifton Naranjo in 2nd place and Joey Jr. out front. It's getting tighter and tighter. I think Joey might be trying to save a little bit of fuel. As I mentioned, shortest pit stop of the night was by Joey Jr. Let's see if he's able to hold off Clifton Naranjo and Nick Harwood here. DJ Alessandrini has gotten around Paul Langer. He's now 1 spot away from that podium position. He's going to run out of time unless he has some blistering laps out here right now. It's check a little bit back further. Troy Banks still holding on to P12. He's got Tony Phillips and Neil McDougall just ahead of him. Troy might have his eyes set on getting himself into the top 10 here. As Neil currently holding down the final position in the top 10 on 10th spot. Joey Jr. manages to open up a little bit of that gap between he and Clifton Naranjo. It's up to 1.3 seconds now. It had dipped just below a second a few corners ago when we ducked away, but Joey's managed to find that little bit of speed after his outlap. He's picked it back up as our driver is on the back 3/4 of this penultimate lap. Looks like Clifton now going to have to worry more about holding off Nick Harwood for second spot. A little further back, Kent Kruger trying to put some pressure on Roman Bykoff. This is for 15th spot. We saw Roman spin earlier, then duck into the pits to utilize his quick repair and pit stop.
Love it.
Not sure if Kent's going to have enough time to put some pressure on Roman or not. Currently sitting at about 6/7 back. Kent trying to use all the top end speed that Ferrari has available to him. Closes up nicely through the final corners. Kent put pressure on Roman. Roman's going to have a mirror full of Kent Kruger. So you see Kelly Greenhoe recovering from his little episode earlier. Kelly back up into 18th spot. Nice little recovery for him, but Clifton Naranjo still holding off Nick Harwood for P2. And Joey Jr. now starting to stretch out that lead. He's got up to 1.6 seconds. I think Clifton's been more focused on holding off Nick Harwood. He's had to abandon the charge forward towards Joey Jr. They've got DJ Alessandrini lurking 1.4 seconds back. If something were to happen between these two in P2 and P3, DJ's there ready to pounce. Ty Johnson trying to put some pressure on Apollo Langer, pushing as hard as he can. Final lap here. Last few corners trying to make a move. You see the size difference between that big old BMW and the Lamborghini just ahead. Oh, you see Apollo getting up on the curve, getting a little dancy there. He's shaking back forward. He's going to have to have held off the throttle a little bit there. That's going to allow Ty Johnson to get a run up the straight. I'm not sure if he's going to make a move. Not quite enough overspeed to do it. See Joey Jr. heading into the final set of corners. Joey Jr. going to take this one. There we go. Joey Jr. will be our winner for race 1, season 19. Clifton Naranjo going to hold off Nick Harwood for P2. P3 goes to Nick Harwood. That is your podium. DJ Alessandrini crosses the line in fourth. Paul Langer holds off Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson's going to finish just outside the top 5 in P6. So you see Roman Bykoff coming around to finish up. He's going to finish in 14th. Oh, it looks like Jordan Lacey ran out of fuel before the line. It's going to drop him down. Kent Kruger is going to move into the top 15th because of that. It's unfortunate for Jordan. He's one of our early pit stoppers we saw. Didn't quite get enough fuel by the looks of it. It's unfortunate for him.
I'm glad to be done.
So see Nick Matthews is going to bring it around the final corner. There's Myler DeRuggio behind him.
It doesn't work, man.
And they're going to bring home 21st, 22nd, Andrew McMurray in the Taco Bell machine. He's coming into the final corner. Brian Ewalt and Greg Broccoli. Oh, looks like Brian might be nursing home a car out of fuel here. Sounds like he's under full power. He just lost a couple spots at the line there. JP Sue bring it home just inside the top 30. John Hart is going to bring it home in 30th. We're still waiting for Christopher Diaz and Eric Lane. Our last two drivers to finish up. We can take a look at our final results here.
Hey, I was just in front for a little while.
I
Oh,
tipped you
you
on
hear
the,
that car
pit stop. That's all.
sputtering towards the line. So we had a ton of drivers taking liberties with their fuel mileage out there tonight.
Yeah, you want to practice the heck out of
Some
your
of them
pit stop.
cutting it down
And
to the
Joey can
very end,
that
very
direct
nitty
for
gritty
you.
here. So
Hey, so it's Sunday now,
Let's
140-minute race instead of 220?
take a look at the final results.
That is correct.
Nice. I like it better.
Go to
Here we go.
APEX.racing. That's where we have all our
So
schedules and
we
penalties
are up
and
a few spots here.
and
Let's
so on.
jump
So,
back.
yeah, take a look at that.
So as we saw, Joey Jr. brought
I
it
screenshot
home.
everything when I got to
P1,
the
Clifton Ronho, Nick Arwood round out the top three. DJ
All right, thanks,
Alessandrini in
everybody.
fourth.
I
Paul
will be
Yeager brings it
posting the
home in
results
fifth.
up
Ty
here in a minute.
Johnson sixth. Brian's in seventh.
Thanks,
Brian
Ken.
Lemke in eighth. Battle of the Brians there.
Thanks.
Neil McDougall brings it home in ninth. Tony Phillips rounds out the top 10. Then we'll get into our top 20 here.
I still don't understand how I got a 0.
Craig
X
Green
from
brings it home
Spencer, 'cause
11th.
looking at
Mark
the
Miller
replay,
in
Spencer was
12th.
pissed the
Zach
entire
Peterson
time. He was
in
never on track.
13th. Roman Bykoff 14th. Kent
Good race,
Kruger, as
Craig.
we saw, rounds out the top 15. We got Randy Sherwood in 16th. Kelly Greenhoe in 17th. Ali Salee in 18th. Jay Warren brings it home 19th. Sam Swan finishes out the top 20. Nicholas Matthews just outside the top 20 in 21st. Myler Giarujo comes home 22nd. Philip Adams in 23rd. Andrew McMurray, Greg Brockway round out your top 25. John Casey, Jason Steves in 26th and 27th. Brian Ewalt in 28th. JP Sue just inside the top 30 at 29th. John Hart at 30th. Christopher Diaz, Eric Lane, Jordan Lacey, Troy Banks, Austin Sams round out your top 35. Sean Giroux in 36th. Adrian Adams in 37th. Craig Tester in 38th. Newcomer Jonathan Clay in 39th. Christopher Gargano in 40th. Donald Mensing 41st. Dave Lacroix in 42nd. We saw him with that unfortunate incident earlier on. Drops him to the bit of the scrap heap at the bottom. These are all our drivers involved in the early race incident. Bryant Husseman, Justin Atchison, Spencer Bodway, Michael Bond round out our 46 car field here tonight. So it's time now to take a look at the carnage from this one. We call it Chaos Theory. It might be a little bit scattered because we had an incident early on which caused the yellow, but it also threw a bunch of incidents here for cars slowing down to avoid that incident. So we'll skip up to lap number 3 and we'll pick up the incidents from that point there. Looks like Jason Estevez is our first one on Chaos Theory. Let's see what happened to Jason. He's still rocking his paint scheme from last season, the Johnny paint scheme. Oh, so he almost got rear-ended by a Ferrari coming up behind. So drivers got that was all our drivers checking up for that yellow flag. So we're gonna have to skip a little farther than lap 3. I thought that was where we went back green again, but looks like it could have been lap 4 because we were picking up from our technical issues here. So let's go here with Philip Adams. There we go. Philip Adams looks like our official first casualty of Chaos Theory here in the Kellogg's Tony the Tiger paint scheme. Frosted Flakes car. Oh, I saw many a car do that. Looks like he was just a bit of a light brush. I think he was able to keep going from that one. So not too bad for Philip there. He was able to keep going. See what happened to Myler Rougeau. We saw Myler finish not too bad there. Oh, he was just had nowhere to go. That was, I believe, Dave Lacroix that spun in front of him in that white Porsche. Not much he could do there. Had a car spinning in front of him, nowhere to go. It's like Phillips Adams had another issue as he was heading back on the track. No, so he gets back on clean. Dave Lacroix, we just saw him spinning out of control in front of Myler Rougeau. We caught this one earlier. Little tag off the safer barrier. He continues on, takes the escape route to not have a terrible rejoin. We applaud Dave for doing that. Nicely done. Just matching. Let's see what happened to Justin here. A little squirrely heading into turn 1. Oh, he's just going to lose the back end of that BMW. Tires are probably still a little cold for the restart. Oh, he collects it up. Nicely done not to get into the rest of the pack coming in around turn 1. Let's take a look here what happened to Randy Sherwood. Randy in the blue, white, and red BMW. Hops the curve. See, he's going to have a similar fate. Oh, he holds on to it. Just heads a little bit off track. Manages to keep it from spinning around up the curves, and we saw happen to so many other cars here tonight. Austin Sam's another new driver here tonight. Austin in the black and white Porsche here. Oh, he gets it loose. So many have that issue tonight. So easy to do here at Suzuka. That's almost flat out or flat out, depending on the setup you're running corner. So all it takes is a little bit of unsettling of the cars for there, and we've seen what's happened many times tonight. Andrew McMurray in the Taco Bell machine head into, is this 130R? You get, oh, everybody scatters. Somehow Kelly Greeno in that BMW. That was some evasion tactics right there by Kelly. Let's see if we can get a cockpit shot here from Kelly to see what that looked like. Take another look at that one. So right on board here with Kelly Greeno is see his evasion of Andrew McMurray's spin just ahead. See, well, he has to make a choice here, left or right. Goes right. The car starts coming right. He manages to avoid him though. Nicely done. Couldn't have asked for much better of an evasion there on that one. See what happened. Chris Diaz. Oh, he gets on the curbing too as well. It forces him out wide into the gravel. Holds on to it though. Nice job to keep it off of the outside barrier. Brian Ewald had a bit of an adventure off track too as well. Let's see if he solo spin here or if somebody else is involved. Oh, he's just going to go wide. Wisely done. Doesn't try and overcorrect it, so he doesn't spin off those curbs. So you have Brian Houseman, another new driver this season. Looks like Brian's up on the curbing too as well. He's going to go wide. Wisely collects it up too as well. Doesn't try and push it for the quick rejoin. Nicholas Matthews. I think we might have saw this one earlier. It happened in front of Kent Kruger, one of our casualties of 130R. Hard. I think he was probably the hardest hit into that barrier we saw tonight. Unfortunately, he was able to recover though, bring it home 21st. Zach Peterson with a bit of an off-track excursion here just ahead of Troy Banks. Oh, Zach takes it out onto the grass, into the gravel, collects it up. And Troy Banks says, thank you very much, takes that position away. See what happened to Christopher Diaz. We saw him earlier having a little bit of an off, but collected it up. This might be a carbon copy of that moment here. Oh! Manages to save it. Gets it cleared off track before the rest of the traffic comes around. Nicely done, Christopher. And then with the safe rejoin, which we'd like to see. Dave Lacroix. Let's see what happened to Dave here too. Dave was our first casualty in the Porsche in the final corner, which is that light tap on the outside wall. He was able to keep going, so he used his quick repair. Oh, just a little too hot into the core there. And you get the old Porsche pendulum effect swinging around. We pick up Jonathan Clay. I believe we saw this one too as well. It's a sharp looking paint job on Jonathan's car, but tries to cut the corner and the curb in there. That's just going to unsettle the car. Blammo. Gets the double wall kill on that one. And then he's going to immediately duck into the pits to use his fast repair. See what happens to Ali Salih here. We saw him tight battle mid-pack most of the race here. Oh, just gets in a little hot, taps the back of that car in front of him, just goes wide. I'm not sure how that Ferrari didn't spin in front of him, but fortunately it was only a little bit of a light spin there for Ali, and he was able to gather it up and carry back on. That could have been many, many more times worse. See Jonathan Clay heading back out on track, and that was just flagged for pit stop. Kelly Green, oh, Kelly have a second incident? Well, this could have been his earlier incident where he slid the car and heat up the tires. Oh yeah, that's where we saw Kelly having to collect it up there. It was a nice save there by Kelly. We've seen what happens if you don't save that many times already tonight. Donald Mensing in another BMW. Oh, Donald. Oh, not so lucky with save as Kelly was. Fortunate for Donald. Yeah, the double tap on the wall. Oh, Bykoff, this was, we caught this one. This was just after I got around Craig Ream. Again, trying to use up too much of the curbs. Manages to keep it off the wall though somehow. Not sure how he even kept the back end of that car off. But oh, that's just Donald Mensing heading into the pits. Adrian Adams have a bit of an off too in that second corner. Let's see. This hasn't been a corner that's treated the Porsches very well tonight. Oh, bit of a hard tap on the back end by Adrian. So he's able to carry on though. A little bit of damage on the side. Nick Matthews. Oh no, not this corner again. We saw him have an off earlier on. Oh, it's going to happen again. Oh, he's already used his fast repair too. So he's able to get it turned around though and carry on. Andrew McMurray in the Taco Bell machine heading into turn one. We haven't seen a whole lot of incidents in turn one, which is surprising. Normally turn one is one of the high action areas at Suzuka. A little bit of a Formula Drift action there. Gathers it up. Brian Ewalt in the black Lamborghini. It's up on the curbing. Could this be another... Yeah. The curbs here just get the car is so unsettled. You get back on the throttle too quick at all, and that happens. John Casey here in the Frito-Lay car. Or Frito Sport, sorry. I want to say Frito-Lays. I'm thinking they're chips. Oh! What happened there? Let's take another look at that. Did he get tagged by the car behind? A little bit. The tiniest of neck code hit there. Took the took the rear wing and the clip off, and then iRacing recalculated it and realized that yeah, they didn't touch. Put it back on. You see that from time to time with the net code, but thankfully it worked out the way it should have been there. See what happened to Chris. Oh, Chris Gargano. We caught the tail end of that. Let's see if we pick up what happened earlier on. Oh, Chris still already gets the wall. Let's go back even further. Here we go. BMW and Porsche not happy campers with this final section here tonight. Oh, that was a hard hit by Chris on the wall there. That definitely did a little bit of suspension damage on that one. Brian Ewalt, Andrew McMurray here. Oh, say a little bit of a rub there. Looks like they gathered it back up. Brian sends it a little wide in the corner. Oh, and they're still battling. Oh, like they might have touched a little bit. Have to wait and see if the stewards review that one or not. It's a little bit of a bump and run there, but more or less looks like a racing incident to me. They're both kind of battling hard, but Brian Lemke up on the curbs. He's going to take it wide, but he holds on to it. Holds on to it. Adrian Adams as well heading into the first corner. Oh, he was able to gather it up. You'd hear that Porsche gearing down quick, trying to woe up the back end of that car so it didn't swing around. Nice save there by Adrian. Roland Bykoff, again, disappointed he's not in the Coors Lightning paint job. Oh, Porsche gets a little tail happy there. Manages to hold on to it, though. You see Kent Kruger lurking in the background watching that one unfold ahead. I'm sure Kent was hoping he was able to spin around and come back out in front of him, but see what happened to Zach Peterson here. I suspect Zach's going to get up on the curbs and go a little wide here like we've seen a number of the cars do tonight. And he does. Holds on to it though without tagging the wall. Troy Banks, what happened to Troy Banks? We were watching his good run he had carrying on. Let's see. Oh, Troy ran out of fuel? Troy ran out of fuel. Oh no. It's a driver we see normally pushing the fuel mileage window. Troy might have got it wrong tonight, unfortunately. And Rick Murray heading into turn one again. He's going to formula drift it again. This time a little more traffic, but he manages to evade all the cars coming behind. And then lastly we have Jordan Lacey, who we saw unfortunately not able to make it to the finish line. So close. Oh, I thought he ran out of fuel, but no, he lost it in the final corner. That's unfortunate. I wonder if he didn't have enough fuel to get turned around. It looks like the car... Oh, he did actually run out of fuel. He was almost going to make it to the final corner and it spun. Doesn't have enough fuel to get turned around. Oh, man, that's heartbreaking for Jordan. He was solidly in the top 10. That is rough, but that's what happens if you get risky with the fuel mileage game. You can run into those instances there where it can put you in a real hard spot if something were to happen like that. So that'll do it for this evening. I don't remember what the schedule is for this season. I'll have to bring that up here quickly. I know the first 2 weeks of the season, they're not doing rain, regardless of whether the official series are running rain or not. Just to get the drivers back in the flow for season 19, and then they'll kick in the weather depending on how the official sessions are played out. So next week we're going to Sebring. It's also the 12-hour Sebring week on iRacing, so our drivers participating in that should have plenty of track time, seat time in for next Sunday. But we'll see how it plays out here next Sunday for that one. We'll be doing another 40 minutes Sunday night at Sebring. That one we should have live without any technical issues, hopefully. So thank you for sticking around, and we will catch you next week. Bye now.